mouth. But Angie's done things that I know nothing about that just fly about. So I can't really pass comment on stuff that I've not seen.
Sure.
I do see the backwards.
Can I have my side, please? It's amazing how everyone's blind, and when it's involving Andy.
Can you just be quiet a second?
Alex,
Alex, you didn't disclose anything. You didn't disclose anything, Michelle.
I'm not being funny, but Menopause was just talking.
Well, she's been waffling and saying that she doesn't see what Angie does wrong. Just
Sorry, I can't deal with this.
It's all over the F4P.
He's an idiot, but you're still setting my pulse in you, Alex.
Alex, this is not going to go well. You know it's not.
Tim is just having him up.
He's been talking to my biggest gift, telling him.
Alex swimwear all the time. He's always got to be here. Always got to be there.
I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think you know Tim, but Menopause was talking, and I don't care that people don't agree with what she's saying. That's so rude.
Dude, I don't. First of all, Pearl came in here to talk to me. Now it's turned into Angie and Alex, which never goes well. Angie doesn't want him up here. She's my friend. This did not start as an Alex Angie. We were having a nice conversation. I said something about Pearl. She came in and confronted me, as she should, and I applaud her for it. We rectified it. I'm never going to say anything about her again. That's it. Why do I have to bring Alex up now? Why?
Well,
exactly.
I'll tell you why. Alex wanted up because he wanted to tell you that you're not a solicitor or whatever you call it in America.
Okay, I know. I'm a garbage man.
Hang on, Tim. Hang on. He also wanted to try and discredit the rubbish that he said yesterday under my name by saying that Angie was arranging a battle with PD so that he could run. He was running that narrative with Michelle, and I proved that wrong by showing messages from him where he admitted that he got it wrong and he was going to put everyone right, and he didn't. Because I was the one that suggested that without knowing that there was issues between PD and Michelle or whatever. So that's what he was trying to come up and say. It's all stupid. Let him go on his live and say whatever he wants to say. Menopause was talking. That was disrespectful. And before all of that, Pearl came up. You and Pearl had your conversation. That should have been the end of it. However, I just want to say I'm now promoted from being a whore to being a cool girl. Thanks.
I have no problem having Alex come up in the box, but not when Angie's here. No, I'm not. I'm not falling for that. I'm not falling for that. I'm sorry, Alex. It never ends well. Nothing ever gets rectified. What is the point?
Exactly.
So, what is the point? And this live started because Pearl came in because she was following Angie around. Angie came in my live. She followed her around. She saw that I said something about her. She said, I want to come up and say my piece. She did. We settled it. I'm not going to mention her name anymore. Now it's turned into the Alex versus Angie show again. And Angie said she doesn't want to do it, and she's my friend. So yeah.
Can we just go back to the whole conversation about I'm bringing you all over from America and we're going to have a big orgy?
Yes.
Yeah, can we go back to that, please? Because that's originally how this started, and then it spiraled.
That don't want to listen to that can shut the door on your way out, because that's currently what we're talking about. Bye.
I will let Alex in the box if he admits that the only reason he has the platform he has is because of Angie. I'm sorry.
I'm going to admit that.
We don't have to do that. Can we just go back to the
Tim, he would never even be in this live if it wasn't for Angie being in here. That's what I'm saying. That's what half of these people in the comments are. They just want the drama. That's all they want.
I want the attention, Linz. Can you give me the attention, please?
Oh, God.
Can you tell me how fabulous I am? Please?
Oh, my God, Linz, I didn't even see you there. Linz. Oh, guys, this is Linz. This is my fellow Americans. This is Linz.
There's no more Americans here. They all left. They ditched.
Yeah, they all got headaches.
I'm still here.
You took my beard away from me, Tim, by letting them up.
Oh, no.
Liverpool Laura, you're obsessed with me. Liverpool Laura, piss off. All I see you is doing is just saying Lindsay's, Lindsay. Piss off and get a life, Laura. Sorry, Timothy.
Yeah, stop giving them credit.
Do you know what I don't understand?
Honestly, they're so annoying.
Is why is it that every time Pearl comes into the box, it turns into a massive, great big argument?
Because I'll tell you why. Because and this is me being honest, everybody is so passionate about wanting to get their point across. We're all guilty of it. That as soon as somebody says something that you don't agree with, you need to shut them down on that because you feel that they're wrong, and that's why everybody screams.
I just think Alex needs to leave Angie alone. He's a 38-year-old man and he's obsessing over a 48-year-old woman on TikTok that he's never even known. Never shows his face. He's got a face as a green screen with him with a fucking, devil horns. Like, come on. Think about it, boys and girls.
Lynn, do you need to start living your life with your family instead of Ange? Okay, Beth.
I know I do. I'll tell that to Alex as well. Tell that to your friends because they're doing just as bad. He probably knows more on Angie than what Angie even knows on herself. He's that obsessed with her.
Right, wall sausage. I said, and I will repeat it one more time for the people in the back. I was battling Angie. I said to Angie, I can arrange a battle if you like. Do you get on with PD? He's the only other person that I know on the app. She said yes. I then said I'll arrange a battle, which actually I never did because I never spoke to PD about it. I then messaged Alex when Alex then went on a live saying that, did you know that Miss Pineapple set in a battle with PD because he doesn't get on with Michelle, so Michelle's going to gift Angie. So I messaged him respectfully, which I can show, saying, that's not true. Please come to me in future. He then basically said he understood and that was fine. He was going to put everybody straight. He then didn't. And when he was in a live with Michelle yesterday, said to Michelle, did you hear that Angie set in a battle with PD? And that's not true. So I showed the messages to just prove that what he was claiming with my name and Angie's name is not true. That was it. So that's why I have said what I've said. So I was not arranging a battle with anybody, and I certainly wasn't going against Michelle for Angie or whatever it is that they're trying to accuse me of doing. And I showed the messages.
Miss Pineapple, if I may.
Yes, darling.
Excuse me, everyone. This does not involve Timothy. They're using his platform to have a conversation. But the next negative comment I see regarding him, you will be removed.
No, Musi. Thank you very much. But no, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that.
Oh, Michelle, go and suck on a banana. Are you joking me? I didn't even know he was doing rankings.
Thank you, Musi, though. But no,
oh my Lord.
This is what they do
I just want to say, my face was on live yesterday, guys. My face was shown yesterday.
But live, you were saying it thinking you was a G knowing the drama. No, I didn't, Wall. Show me the video. No, not at all. If you look at the video of where I said to Andy, do you know PD? Do you have a problem with PD? She said no. Go and get the recording, you little minions, and then you'll see it. Yeah?
Timothy, thank you for rising me. I just want to say something to all of you, and can you please not talk over me when I'm talking, because everyone here seems to talk over each other rather than actually communicating efficiently. When you lot are on live, you are setting an example to the younger viewers on this app. You are all responsible for what example you're setting. By arguing and fighting as grown adults the way you do, you are not setting a good example to younger viewers whatsoever. It is becoming pathetic. It's bullying. It's actually sickening. It's worse than the Jeremy Kyle show or Jeremy Springer if you're in America. You are grown adults. You are older than a lot of the viewers on this platform. And what you're doing to each other as grown adults is causing mental health issues amongst a lot of people. There are a lot of people on here that come on live that are intoxicated or taking heavy drugs, and the way you're behaving is actually shocking. As an adult myself with 5 children, I am appalled by the way some of the adults are behaving on this app. This is not normal behaviour, and you all need to really think about the impression that you're putting out there for other viewers and other people on this app, and how you're affecting other people by your behaviours. This is supposed to be an app where people can come and express themselves and behave in a manner which should be teaching others how to behave in an appropriate way. And you're not doing that, none of you.
Can I say one thing? You're speaking about both sides, correct?
Both. I'm completely impartial because I don't fall into this toxicity that everybody seems to think is so appropriate on this app. So I'm not taking sides, and I don't care what anyone's said, done, whatever. You should draw a line and leave it at that. This is childhood playground stuff. We are adults now. You should have grown out of that behaviour and started getting into the behaviours now where you can communicate efficiently and express your feelings adequately without all this toxicity and all of this she said, he said, this happened, that happened. That is childlike behaviour. Surely by now, you should have all known.
Forever souls. I don't
Because how are you supposed to preach to your children or your grandchildren how to behave appropriately if you can't do it yourself as adults? It's so wrong. It is
I don't
so wrong.
disagree with you.
And
If you look at
Timothy,
the
I really
comments-
admire the way you dealt with Pearl just then, and you spoke and you put a line under it, and the fact that Pearl came on and actually did address it, you addressed it, and you put a line on it, and it was left at that, because that's the way things should be dealt with. You should say your problems, talk them over, end it, and that be the end of it, and don't mention each other again. Not continuously put it forward and keep going on and on, because what you're doing is you're putting fuel on a fire, and it's just going to keep burning and burning and burning. And what is the point of that? What are you gaining from that? Nobody's gaining nothing.
I totally agree with you, because I've said this, yeah? There's children on this app and they're trying to clean the app up. But I've got to eat my own words, because when somebody comes at you, the first thing you do is go on the defence.
The first thing I do when someone comes at me is I ignore them, because that is them projecting whatever it is that they've got going on in their life on me.
Yeah, but that's very hard. You have to admit it, even as an adult.
As an adult, that's what you have to learn as an adult.
I
You have
know,
to learn
it's
to
hard-
swallow
it's
your
tough.
pride and your ego and realize that there is a bigger picture. And most people that come at you, unless they've got good reason to come at you, most people that come at you are projecting their own mental health and their own issues on you. It's their issues, it's their insecurities, it's their troubles, it's their trauma that they haven't dealt with. So when people come at me, I always look at them with empathetic eyes, and I just think, poor you. There must be something going on in your life that is so bad that you have to focus on all the negatives on other people rather than just deal with your own life, your own issues, and heal. Because that is what we are all doing. Every adult out here has trauma of some sort that they need to heal. They've not been taught how to deal with their emotions properly. They've not been taught how to deal with conversations in an intellectual manner that they can deal with them without arguing, fighting, shouting, screaming, and all the silliness. Like, this is part of growth. And once you get past the childhood and adolescent stage, this is what we are responsible for. Our own feelings and emotions, and how we allow other people to affect our feelings and emotions.
Okay, well, that was well said.
Thank you.
A little bit, right?
So I think Alex needs that.
Alex keeps bringing up, but it's all over the FYP, what Angela said and done. 2 years ago, right? We're talking about 2 years ago. Alex has sat in my box since. You haven't got a leg to stand on, Alex, because the first question people would ask you is well, why were you friends with her? Why have you decided now that you're not friends with her, come out with it? Do you know what I mean? Because you are now feeling bitter. Because you know, we are not friends. So that's the truth. He's sat in my box since. Now, there's a lot of things I said, and it was an act, and I don't care what anyone says, it was 2 years ago. Move on. But yet, Alex is allowing his friend to tell me to go and get an ROPE, to go and unalive myself. He's allowing that. He has not criticized that behavior. He's not criticized behavior such as, Pearl taking the piss out of disability. He's not criticised that behaviour. He allows it because they're his friends. So all he does, he keeps coming up about my behaviour that's on the FYP 2 years ago and not anybody else's behaviour.
Do you not think by now it's time to draw a line on this and just stop?
Tim is my friend. I was in Tim's box. They seem to follow me around the app.
They did follow her in here.
I think it.
They've never been in his life before.
Fuel being
Never.
done
They've
on
never
both
been here.
sides. I've seen certain things on both sides, and I just think that if you keep adding that fuel, if somebody doesn't behave appropriately and just stop, it's going to keep continuously going round in circles, and all it's really doing is breaking down everybody's mental health. That is all it is doing, because it's affecting all of you. Having that kind of animosity is only going to cause anxiety and stress that is not needed. At the end of the day, if you dislike each other, you dislike each other. Just don't talk on it. You're not going to like everybody in this world, but there are 9 billion people. So what does
But
one
forever
person
soulmate,
or
can you
5
not see it
people
from
want?
like Angie's point of view, right? She said she wanted to do the weeklies, right? Whatever. So then all of a sudden now Alex wants to do the weeklies. Like it's got to like get to a point where like what she's going to react to him when he's continuously having slide digs at her. He's just there all the time. He's obsessing over Angie. Like it's so weird. It's weird behavior from a grown man.
I mean, I will say that I will, and Alex, I'll do you one better, Alex, because I know he's probably watching, and because they said he's talking about me. I have no problem going into his live and going in his box, but I would totally do that. But I'm friends with Angie, and she doesn't want him in the box. And to be frank, I didn't either, because nothing gets resolved, and he had no place here. It was Pearl who followed Angie in here and had a problem with me. Why does Alex is he involved in that? We settled, Pearl and I settled it on my end. So why does Alex have to be in my box? I'll go in his box. How about that?
Well, maybe that would be a good thing for all of you to do. Maybe all of you, if you can't stop talking about each other and you're going to continue this, maybe you should all get together in a group chat on live if you have to, and have a mediator and just hash it out once and for all. And then after that, all go forward in a much more positive way, because I feel that there's a lot of nitpicking and bullying, and it is getting childlike, and you are not children, you're adults. And if you really wanted to set that example, I mean, if you have children, what would you be telling your children to do? You'd be saying to either ignore each other or come together and hash it out in an appropriate manner. But if you're going to do that, you have to do it in a manner where you're not screaming, where not everybody's trying to get their point over each other, but you're actually communicating efficiently, and stress all your bullet points of what it is that you have against each other, and then forgive each other. Like, this is what you teach children to do, but as adults, you're not setting that example. It doesn't make sense to me.
I agree with you, Forever Soulmate, but with the likes of Alex, his platform is built up on the hatred of Angie. All of his supporters have had some sort of argument with Angie
I'm
in the
sorry,
past.
Linz, but
Right.
Soulmate, put yourself in Angie's shoes for just 1 second. I mean, if you had to listen to your name 18 hours a day, every day, over and over and over and over again, it would be very hard. It would be very, very hard.
I totally understand, but I don't believe that that's completely true and factual, because I've been on both sides, and there's times when Angie isn't speaking about them, and there's times that they are not speaking about Angie. I think it's because they hear certain things from both sides, and the comments get very messy as well, because everybody loves drama. Don't ask me why, but I think, again, that's another form of projection. It's escapism, whatever. But again,
Have any of Angie's friends sent unalived animals to Alex's house that we know of?
No.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't know about that part of it, and I'm not going to lie and say I did. But I also have heard that children have been called up, and people have had people have been threatened with their burger vans being blown up. Like, I have heard that there's been a lot to this.
No.
No.
Trolls. That's trolls in the comments. That's nothing to do with what we're talking about. What Alex does, he incites hatred on his platform, and it brings out trolls. And so there's the same with Pearl. That happened on Pearl's platform. I've got the screenshot, not my platform. So whoever that is, I don't care whether it's my supporter or her supporter. Nothing to do with me.
And Andrew,
I'm not either supporter. I'm saying clearly.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, though, Forever Soulmate, it's like, oh, well, this is what happened with Pearl. Well, I'm sorry, like, both Alex's little friends, they just target the likes of Angie supporters. Like me, for example, we had Tam just last week calling me a retard just the other day, going for my disabilities. I've had Chester saying disgusting things. This is what I'm saying. Like, have you ever seen one of Angie's mods or one of Angie's close supporters going into somebody's box, telling them to go and unalive themselves? They'll go and get a rope for them, and then go and saying disgusting things about disabilities. So I don't know, I think you maybe need to go over to Alex's side as well, because he's live now, Slate and Tim. Maybe like give them that same advice, and then maybe...
I've already done it on their side. I've actually already done it on their side. I've spoken on both sides. I've spoken on both sides. But when I spoke on their side and I did this whole thing over on their side, they actually accepted what I had to say. But then there was still more stuff going on in the background while I was saying it. And I witnessed that because I have more than one phone. And I was shocked because how am I supposed to defend either side if you carry it on? And this is the point. You need to actually come together.
They're actually saying, Linz, that you're the main
all of
main
the issues.
Yeah, and I just
I was going to say that, Angie.
And then deal with it accordingly, because you're not doing that. What you're doing is tit for tat, and it goes back and forth, back and forth. It's like if you're playing a game of tennis, if somebody doesn't hit the ball, the game's over.
Well, I'm sorry, but when people are saying disgusting things about my disability and calling us a retard, I'm going to respond.
Yeah, you know what? They wanted Tim in the box to give Tim to give them a box and all this. But yeah, all my supporters get blocked in his life. They can't even request a box. They get blocked straight away.
Honest to God, right? I know somebody in here is listening to him and is friends with him and has got his WhatsApp number. Can you please tell him that I would love him to show the video where he is claiming, right, Tim, please just give me 2 seconds. He claimed 2 days ago that I was setting up this battle with PD. Then yesterday he claimed it was Angie setting up the battle with PD after he said in a message to me that he was going to put everyone straight. He's now sat on his live saying that he said that to me before he went back to this so whatever person who told him that I was setting this up and that I was doing it to get this other person whose name doesn't want to be mentioned from Scotland.
Musi, let Chippy up next.
That she wanted them to, that I basically was stirring the pot. He claims he's got the video. So rather than going backwards and forwards and arguing and me telling you I didn't say that, show the video. Shut me up. Show the video where I've said that, because yesterday you were saying it was Ange. So which is it? Is it me or is it Ange? Show the video. I would love nothing more than for you to kick me off the app and show the video. Show it. One of you minions go and tell him, show the video. And then I'll
He said he had the proof yesterday, so why is he not showing it?
He's just said he's got the
Why
video.
is he not showing it?
So show it. Show the video of me trying to stir trouble between PD and another person, another creator on the app against Angie to try and cause some sort of problem. Show it. Show it. Just bloody show it to me. It makes me so angry. Stop saying
Pineapple,
stuff.
can I say one thing?
Yes, love.
I think we all can. Angie?
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Are you an angel?
Near enough.
Listen, Angie is the first to admit, Forever Soulmate, that she's not an angel. I'm not an angel. So nobody's sitting here. I know it's the delusive cult, which
I can't go in his box because he's blocked me. Otherwise, I
people
would.
seem to think is like actually serious. But nobody is over here like pro Angie. Angie does the debates, which she's so freaking good at. Even Miss Red said it on her show. Everybody tunes into those. She lets everybody in her box, no matter what. And those conversations can get really
I've
heated,
seen them.
okay?
I have seen them.
I don't see any creator stuff with Alex. I could be wrong. Please prove me wrong. And if I'm wrong, again, I will apologize. I just haven't seen it. All I've ever seen is Angie, and that's over and over. It's like, dude, come on. Is he creative or not? And I'm not saying it to be rude. And again, I will go in his box and be attacked by his friends. And I mean, I'm not afraid of them, but nobody's saying anybody's an angel here.
What does Miss Red mean by that she'd take it back? Have I missed something? Sorry.
Angie, do you not feel like this is damaging your mental health?
Of course.
So don't you think it's better that you solve it and make amends?
I've tried to solve it many times with Alex. He's now controlling who I gift. I go and gift someone. Do you remember that, Linz? I gifted someone and he jumped in that person's box. Oh, look at Angie gifting that wrong. And, he's trying to control me on this platform. Wherever I go into Dave Duran's box the other day. All of a sudden, Alex jumps in. It's like, I can't get away from the guy. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, even now, Tim is my friend, he comes into my life, then Pearl's in the box. Next minute, Alex is joining. There's the same with Dave, Alex follows me everywhere I goddamn go.
And then they're even going for Angie's gifters, like. Sorry, Tim.
And Forever Soulmate, Angie also makes a little bit of income on here. So why should she leave? Why did she
I'm
have
not
to leave?
saying that anyone should leave. I'm saying, why don't you call it quits now?
I tried, like
Stop
I said,
talking.
but then I went into Dave Duran's
You've
live the other
tried
day.
many
He
times.
jumped in. I went to gift a guy that, and the reason why he called him a wrong'un is because he was having a go at a woman, and that was part of a group that was vile. That's why I gifted him. And next minute he was out, even though we had an agreement not to speak about each other, he actually out me saying, "Oh, look at Angie gifting this wrong and the way he speaks to women and all this." You know what I mean? It's like he's trying to tell me who I can and can't gift. I just can't get away from the guy.
And then
But
it's like
again,
Angie's
it's just
gifters as well,
words.
but it's Angie's gifters.
Just
Like,
scroll
there
on.
was a
Why can't
silent
I gift who I
watcher.
want to gift? Someone just
I know.
says scroll on. Why can't I gift who I want to gift without being criticised and being called a wrong'un? He actually went live today and said, "I would never do a battle with Angie. She's a wrong'un." How am I wrong'un, Alex, when we can't even see your goddamn face?
Good morning,
And
everybody.
considering 2 seconds, Chippy, because
Morning,
even like
Chippy.
the big gifters that were gifting Angie, like just on Sunday, they were doing deep dives into him. Like Michael, who runs a mental health charity, they were looking into him, searching him,
He sent me a
talking about
line
him.
and he really
He's
on
the silent
Sunday.
watcher.
Yeah, he
He's
sent me
the
a
silent
line.
watcher. He doesn't get
That's
involved.
what they did. They did a deep dive on the guy, a guy that works for owns a mental health charity.
And then they're sitting there with Michelle in a box going, "Well, we're not your money, Michelle. You can do what you want with your money. But Angie's done this, this, and this." Basically, why are you gifting her, Michelle, even though it's your money?
Can I just
Why
say
don't
something?
you
People
rise
are
them
saying-
all
can I just
and
say-
then just speak to them
It's
all
never
as a
gonna
whole?
Guys,
end.
can I just say something? Because people are saying that, well, Linz doesn't show, it doesn't make him a wrong if you don't show his face, right? We don't know nothing about his life. This is what I'm trying to say, like what DG was saying. He never talks about his life. No, he doesn't have to. I get that. But, but everyone knows about my life. I've been on here 2 years, right? I could be a wrong 100%. Just because I show my face doesn't mean anything. But you know me for 2 years, right? I'm on here all the time. You see me. I tell you everything. I take you to the shops with me. You pretty not much know a lot about my life, right? Linz does put a camera on at times. She does. She has spoken
Angie,
about her
I had
life
my
at times
camera.
as well.
Angie, I had my camera on last night battling
Yes.
you. I've got
So-
videos on my profile with my face on.
All I'm not saying it makes him a wrong'un because you can't see his face, but you are gifting a green screen someone that that you know nothing about his life, that spent 10 years on the goddamn dark web, which I think is a bit weird in itself. You don't know nothing about his life, nothing. He's had this platform for what, 4 months, and he got his platform from me, and I don't understand. You know what I mean? It's weird. You know,
With all due respect, I was on this app from the very beginning, from like three or so years ago, and I showed my face, and then I decided not to because people started following me.
And yeah,
So
and that's
there
fine.
could be
I'm not
reasons
saying you
why
have
they
to show your
decided to
face
stay
here, but
private.
I expect when you do the leaderboard to maybe show your face. Do you know what I mean? When you're getting to number one, to show your face, man, to show
Wait,
show some bit of your life as
Soulmate, how many times have I mean? Again, I'm actually asking. How many times have the police been called to Alex's house? Like 3 times in one day?
Has it?
No, it never has. But it happens to you. How many times has Alex received?
But can you
a shit-
guarantee
a
that
shit
that was
in a parcel?
Alex
Never.
or one of them?
I'm not saying Alex does it.
Oh, it wasn't directly. It was these little minions who hate on Angie, who follow Angie, who support Alex because of their hatred through Angie. That's all his platform is. It's the haters of Angie. Every single one of those bitter older women have all had like an argument or disagreement with Angie, so they've all grouped together
Guys.
to.
But you've got to be
I don't want to
honest.
shout.
As a
Guys,
creator,
Tim
you're not
doesn't show his face, but he's not doing the leaderboard. He's not sitting on number one platform where he's got thousands of pounds out of people, thousands of pounds out of.
Angie, you've
Not
seen my
knowing.
face. I've gone live with you.
Oh, yeah, I have seen your face, yeah.
Do I
I
have
have.
to get the ring light out? I mean, come on.
I have. But what I'm saying is the difference is people are spending thousands of pounds on a green screen. You don't know nothing about his life. Listen, I'm not saying he could be an angel. I'm not saying anything that he's a wrong'un or anything like he said to me at all. But you know nothing about his life. You know, and his hate is for me. That's all he's got. You know nothing about his life. He never shows his face. You know. He's
But
on this
Angie, you're
platform
contradicting what you
10
said
years.
earlier because
He
you
came-
said
Wait a minute. He came live. He came live one day promoting the goddamn dark web. That dark web. I didn't even know it existed. You got child trafficking, child abuse on there, for God's sake. What? We didn't
Angie, let Chippy talk. He's been.
I don't want to say much, but do you know what? One, it's too early for all this shit in the morning. And secondly, forever you do speak sense in an ideal world, okay?
But it's not an ideal situation, this. So you have two sides. So you have Angie's side, who are reactive. You have Alex's side, who are instigators. They instigate the hate. They want reactions. They get reactions. Okay? People are misted by their hate for one another as to what's the truth. The truth is, you have a man behind a green screen that likes to stir up the hate. He likes his followers to then instigate the hate, okay, for the reaction. And that's the problem. When you've got people like Pearl with that vile, vicious, toxic mouth of hers, jumping from box to box, spouting the hate, you cannot resolve anything. She needs, both sides need to block her. That's what you need to do. Block that woman out of everything, and you might get somewhere. Because with people like her involved, you will never get anywhere. All right? That woman should not even be on the app for some of the stuff she's said. Now, she can come at me as much as she wants. I'm not going to sit here and argue with her or be shouted at by her. All right? Because that's for women to do unto women. All right? But the truth is, it's never going to end while people like her are in boxes spouting the hate. And I would advise people like Miss Red that has a big platform, you need to stop enabling her to come in boxes. The lot of you should just block her and see where you go from there. Because this shit is too much. They follow each other around. They're WhatsApping each other. Oh, I'm on live. Come in. Quick, 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 quick. It's shit. Nobody
They're
wants
friends.
this shit.
They're friends, just like Angie and
It doesn't
Tim
matter.
are
I'm saying it doesn't matter. If I had a toxic friend like her that were that toxic, I would get rid of them. They wouldn't be my friend.
Why do you think Pearl is so toxic? Because for me,
Because
tell
she's
you
an
why she's
educated
toxic.
granny. That's
She-
what
I'll
she is.
tell you
Things
why
she
she's
does wrong.
toxic. I'll tell you why she's toxic, right?
I'm asking
Keep
Chippy
him in
because
this
he
box.
was
Yeah.
talking.
Can you let me speak? Because you've asked a question. Yes, come in this
I
box.
was asking Chippy.
I'll come to your house. We'll have a cup of tea. Can I
Oh,
just
sorry.
quickly say, she said, she just came in the box just again. She said it about 5 times, come on, Ange, I'll come to your house, we'll have a cup of tea, right? Making constant threats. She made threats towards Linz, saying that she's going to get her daughter onto Linz, right? She don't live far from her. She said she was transphobic, called Mama Kaz a man, knowing she's a woman, a trans woman. She has called me Jimmy Savile, put Jimmy Savile on my face. She's mocked disability. Listen, I've said a few things in the past, don't get me wrong, but she said crippled crutch, the things that she's come out. She said about Linz's lip, if you don't mind me saying, calling her droopy lip. You know?
Saying, how'd you get picked for a disabled lip? Like, come on.
She is vile. She's told me to go and SUCK my mother's CUNT. Absolutely vile.
There is nobody from this side that has gone to that side and said them sort of things. Nobody.
We have said things.
No, I'm
what
not
I said,
saying.
Chippy.
I'm not
You
saying
talk about
anybody.
them.
I'm not saying there's never been any. Someone's just mentioned it in there. Oh, I'm sure I've seen you doing hate, Chippy. I have said things that I don't normally say. I don't like the hate, but I tell you what, I will defend any woman that's getting bullied like this woman's getting bullied. And now they started on Linz, then they started on Charlie. So
Can
why
I also
couldn't
just say,
defend her?
Chippy, I've said things. I've never targeted one person. I've
Exactly.
said things. I'm not going to lie. I've never targeted
And
one
now they're
person.
coming for
It was
me,
2 years
Chippy.
ago,
Now
a year
they're-
ago.
Exactly. Now they're coming for you. They've gone for Zia. They've gone for Michelle. They're going for everybody.
They've gone for
When the
all my
narrative
supporters.
doesn't suit, it's
Yeah.
all
I think the
voice
biggest
acting.
problem is the fact that there's money involved and people seem to have a real problem with where that money goes. Because earlier you were saying to me, Angie, you were saying that Alex was telling you who you can gift and where you can spend your money. But then you then went on to say, why are people gifting someone who doesn't show their face?
Yeah, I will say that. Why? Yes, it doesn't make sense to me. But I'm not targeting the gifters like he did with Michelle and started bullying her. Put her in a box and said, "Why are you gifting Angie? She said this about you. She said that." I haven't done deep dives on his biggest gifters like he did Michael. You know, someone that sent me a line in the uni on that Sunday and done a deep dive on him and then slated him. He runs a charity that could ruin his business. And he does. It's a non-profiting organisation that he owns.
And do you know what it is, Ange? They're starting to use Anne Sally
Get
now.
on
Can I
better.
just confirm the Anne Sally thing yesterday? Me and Ange was getting tagged in loads of stuff. There's a couple of like troll pages going around with the article of with Anne Sally on. So we were just talking about it. We went saying, oh yeah, she stole money for a charity. They've decided, like Luke the judge and everyone's decided to jump on it and say this, and this, that we've done this. That's what I'm saying. They're just
Even though it's on the
using the likes of Anne
FYP.
Sally themselves.
It's on the
Don't get
FYP. We've only talked about what's on the
Exactly.
FYP. That's not slander. It's on the FYP, okay? I never put that out. The newspaper put that out. That's not slander, number one. Number two, Aunt Sally had a lot to say about me in the past. Believe me, she has. Called me an alcoholic and, mocking my addiction. She has a lot to say. And yes, she's the same age as my mother, okay? She's the same age as my mother. Let's not look at this as age, because that's age discrimination. I mean, let's put it this way. If you had a 78-year-old and there was a peddler, you wouldn't be looking at their age thinking, oh, well, they are 78. What about the woman that unalived her husband? She was about 78. We're not going to feel sorry for her.
Do you know what? That yesterday, that live, bringing Bishop, whatever his name in. Well, from what I can see, he's not even a bishop. He runs a private, if you go to company's house, the man's not a bishop, he's a minister.
Well, I can tell you one thing, Chippy. If he is a bishop, Chippy, if he is a bishop and he said all the things he said, I will make a complaint to the.
He doesn't have a church. He doesn't have a church. He doesn't have a diocese. As far as I can see, he's only got qualifications as a minister. So I don't know why he calls himself the bishop.
Well, I will be making a complaint about him. The way he's come and threatened, because I have seen it as a threat that I will be, doing this and that to you and your cronies. I mean, what bishop even says the word cronies?
Yeah,
Angie, vegan. So they're over there now saying that vegan is a convicted peddler with someone with the names.
I don't even know who vegan is. They're just going for everyone. They've come for children.
Exactly.
See, forever this is what happens. They've sparked a live up in retaliation, and now they're spinning narratives that are really not true.
So that's slander.
Disgusting.
That's the problem.
That's 100% slander what they're doing right now.
They've even said the name James Eames. That's what they're doing over there now. Like literally going in on him and saying that you've got a convicted peddler as one of your.
Wow. So that's 100%. Slander.
Well, you see, we could all retaliate with that one, couldn't we? Because we could say nobody's seen Alex, nobody knows Alex, nobody knows Alex's background. Well, they do, because I do.
Yeah, but let's not do that. Let's not retaliate, because that's what causes this.
Retaliate that way by saying, well, what are you then, Alex? That's the problem.
And
if
also,
you're going to get retaliation back.
Can I just say something really quickly, Tim? Can you put me in the big screen for a second, Tim? Can I just say something?
Yeah,
to
get
the
me out of this.
That's okay.
Yeah, Jason. And that Jason somebody could be an innocent person that now is going to have a hate campaign at his door with pictures.
Thank you, Tim. Can I just say, I was going to say, yes, it has been going back and forth because people keep saying it's on both sides, right? Yes, we do talk about it. We're talking about it now, right? But we don't talk about it unless they come for us. It's retaliation, number one. It's a reaction, okay? And a solicitor can tell you that sometimes it's a reaction to an action, right? Number two, right? We talk about it, but we don't cross the line where we've done the things Pearl has done, Alex has said and done, all the rest of them, the threats, all of that. We haven't done any of that. They have crossed the line where it has become malicious communications. Just putting Jimmy Savile on someone's face on a social media platform is malicious communications, because you're calling that person a pedlo. You're not saying it directly, you're saying it indirectly. They are a pedlo because he is a pedlo. That is malicious communications. We haven't done any of that. We've not broken the law, okay? We've not crossed that line where we've been transphobic, or I've had opinions, don't get me wrong, but that's an opinion. I've not targeted one person. I've had an opinion. Love it or hate it, it's an opinion. Okay, but what they have done is targeted Lynn's for a disability. They've targeted me saying I'm a pedlo. Pearl has been transphobic. They're all hate crimes. We have not crossed that line. What we have done is spoken about the situation. There is a huge difference, okay? We have not broken the law. And that's all I just want to say, Tim.
Somebody's going to have to stop at some point. Like, I don't know the answer, but they just will not stop. And
no, Poppy, would you like
Alex
to...
is not going to because he's getting money from it.
And Angie is
Alex won't
retaliating
stop.
to stuff from their side, and he said that he's just gone on saying that he's had loads of people sending him videos or sharings or whatever from Tim's live that we were slagging him off. I'm not being funny. Tim can save. Tim, I need you to make sure you save this live when you come off. I don't know how you do it, but actually we were talking about various things because somebody wanted to know what was going on, and like people were saying that I was obviously biased, but actually I'm not. I'm quite fair. Like I was basically saying it how it is, and if people wanted to come up and give a different side of a story, then they could have done. I wasn't slagging anyone off, just literally saying what had happened because somebody had asked me. So anyway, whatever. So that's what's happening is he's going on doing stuff. Angie is retaliating, and someone needs to give at some point because I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know because now they're all saying that people that aren't showing their faces are now convicted pedlos. Like it's a shit show. I'm not going to lie, and I don't know.
First of all, we were asked a question by fellow Americans here what this story was,
and there was only 7 in here, Tim. There was only 7 of us in here.
And
I'll be honest with you, that sounded like dark humor because of what was said here.
All we did was tell the story about how it happened because nobody knew how it happened. And did we take some digs at? Did I take some digs at Alex? Yes, not really. Did I go in for Pearl? Hell yeah. Have I apologized for it? Yes, and I do mean the apology. I shouldn't have said that. She is old enough to be my mother. Or maybe she's not.
I appreciate you, Timothy, for that. Like the way you handled it, I think was really mature.
Love. What do you mean dark humor? Did I say something that was funny then?
No, I'm saying on their side, they're listening to what you're saying over there here, obviously, or it's being referred back, and they've said it out of dark humor. I don't think they actually meant the words. They're basically insinuating that because of what you're saying that because he's not showing his face that he must be some weirdo, and then they've took it further. I don't believe that they
Alex is definitely doing
meaningfully.
No, they do mean it because he's talking over there saying about doing a deep dive on this guy called Vegan, saying that he's this guy. They want to do it on Monday. Now they're talking about they're not joking. They are going like massively deep into it. They're not joking about it.
Yeah, but guys, and Alex, I know you're watching this. I don't understand. Why doesn't he ever show his face?
He must not want to for the same reasons that I didn't want to.
I don't show my face that often because of my job. So, I mean, does he have a high profile job?
No.
I mean, you guys know what I look like, but I don't. I mean, I'll come on.
Do you know what it is, Pineapple? He's give reasons why he hasn't shown his face, right? Because he said that he doesn't want to put his face on.
Nessa, I was just on camera. And
he does show his face.
Oh my God.
And I come on.
He said the reason why he doesn't want to show his face was because he doesn't want people to screenshot or screen record it and take the piss out of his looks. He hasn't got the confidence to do that. But yet he'll happily sit on his live and take snippets of mine and Angie's face and other people's faces and put them on convicted peddlers, convicted unalivers, and mock and bully us. So if he doesn't like it, if he doesn't want it done to him, why would he then do it to other people? That's what I'm saying.
I hear you.
Can I just say, look, Timothy has managed to sort it out with Pearl. They had a discussion. They've ended it. It was dealt with really maturely. Why can't everyone else just do the same now?
Well, why don't you go and tell that, Alex? Then, respectfully,
I'm asking you now, if you was to...
Pearl is
be able
57.
to draw a line now, forgive everything that's already happened,
Oh my God.
and move forward where you all...
Go on Alex's live and tell him that now and say what he says and forever so on.
All
his platform is just built up off the hate of Angie.
Quit it and, move on from this, or are you going to still continue?
Angie's tried loads of times.
Yeah, we were going to in this live, and then you wanted to talk, but we were all going back to what we were originally talking about in this live. I can't talk for everybody out of this live, but the original people is me, Musi, Megan, Sparks. We were in here having a chat about dodgy stuff and nothing to do with anybody, and then everybody jumped in and started going off. So if everybody wants to leave the chat, leave the room, not people in the boxes, and it go back to the 7 people that were already in here with Angie on her live doing her thing because she needs to do her
me, there were 12 people in here.
Oh, all right. Sorry, 12 people.
Get it right, Pineapple Man.
And we were having fun and laughing.
But Angie
and nobody was judging or calling anybody out. This is just so mind-boggling.
No, Musi, I did. I called Pearl out. I was saying, mean things about
She
them.
wasn't here initially.
But nobody else was. Nobody else was.
So Angie,
you
get
were
back
just-
on your line.
I'm just here.
Climbing up that board and get back to number one. We're going to go back to what we were doing here, and we'll come over and we'll come and support you. Louise, I was being like a little bit sarcastic with the regulars. I mean the people that have come in here just because there's drama. So everybody else that doesn't want to be in, that wants to be part of the drama, go into other people's lives. We'll go back to what we were talking about.
Yeah, I've just jumped up as an outside watcher because, you know, looking at all this now, how long's all this been going on for? It's ain't that people's lives, personal lives, it's dangerous. People are playing a dangerous game. Why would you want to sit on a live, right, and do a deep dive on a person? Why not just get on with your own life? And I don't mean you guys, I mean the other people, because at the end of the day, right, it seems to me, any excuse, they have to start on Angie. And I'm not sticking up for Angie. I'll tell you, I've said things personally in the past. At the end of the day, right, when's it going to stop? It's everywhere on the app. You swipe up and down on the app. All you see, if it ain't Alex's side, someone else is putting it up on Angie's side, but it ain't coming directly from Ange. It's everybody around who are saying things, who are adding fuel to the fire. When's it going to stop? To be honest with you, it's depressing. It's absolutely depressing watching it and looking at it. You know, two people fell out, get over it. Why not? Why get involved and why not just get on with your own lives and just leave it be? It's really depressing. People are getting hurt because of this.
I hear you, Mary.
No,
I ain't
Mary
being funny or nothing, right? But I've watched Ange when she has been really low, and it ain't fair on her.
Mary Lou,
saying things, and it ain't nice. And to be honest with you, it's frustrating to watch because you can't do nothing about it.
No, you can't. And Mary, can I just say the issue that we've got?
Hold on. First of all, Mary Lou, I really like you, but A, none of us have to watch, and B.
No, I ain't on about you, Tim. I'm on about the other side. You know, shall I tell you what it is? Ange and Alex have fell out, and because there's a bit of drama, people have jumped on the bandwagon. At the end of the day, Ange and Alex could squash this straight away if they really wanted to. They're two grown adults, right? Alex should get on with his own life and do what he's got to do.
They have squashed it, but then one of the minions...
This is what I'm saying. Now,
one of the minions
Tim,
on both
because
sides...
people are jumping on for the drama. That's what I'm trying to say.
Mary
It's
Lou,
all
look,
for
Pineapple and I was saying before, God forbid, somebody is eventually going to get hurt. And it's not going to be Ed. It's not... Let me finish, please.
You know something?
Mary Lou,
youngest
please let
acts
me
more
finish.
older and more wiser.
Please let me finish. Somebody's going to get hurt, and it's not going to be Alex and Angie hurting each other. It's going to be some wackadoo on either side that's going to, God forbid, do something nuts. That's where it's dangerous. It has gone too far with the followers.
That's why, as creators, it's important that they squash it, because
they have
what's projected out there,
it's
your followers are picking up.
It's causing the damage. That's all I wanted to say, and it's got to stop, because somebody one day is going to get hurt, and what they're going to do then when that person does get hurt, and it's all the hatred that they've put towards the people. It's got to stop. They're like kids in a playground. When's it going to end?
I just want to say this point because someone's mentioned it in the comments and it's so right. The problem is Angie and Tim and anybody that is associated with Angie is quite fair and will let people come in their live and have their say because no one's got any agenda. Unfortunately, on that side, they've blocked everybody. So when they want to bitch and talk about stuff, we can't go in. I can't go and defend myself. Angie can't defend herself, or anybody else that's close can't go in and defend themselves. We just can't because he's blocked everybody. So the only fair chance of doing this is over on this part, which is sad, and that's why it's all over here, because no one over there will actually let anyone talk, because what they say is right. They say they got all these screen recordings and evidence but never show it.
One thing I will say on my own experience when I've been in Pearl's life is she does not allow anyone in the comments to badmouth any of this side without blocking them, and she's not only does she tell people she's blocking them for that reason. I've watched her do it. She'll say, get that person out the chat.
No, because she badmouths them herself. Have you heard the disgusting things that she says on her
live? Who are we talking about? Who said that?
Pearl does it in her live. She gets rid of anybody who has anything negative to say.
That's a lie. If ever saw me, she'd just seem as though like you're very one-sided from somebody's life.
Other people in the comments, and Pearl blocks them.
Whoever soulmates is on that side, she's on that side 100%.
I'm not on either side. I've
Yes,
made
you
myself
are. Yes,
very,
you are.
very
Stop
That's a
clear.
lie. The
I
stuff
don't
that Pearl
believe
said
in
on her
taking
live is
sides
absolutely
either.
disgusting,
For
and the
instance,
comments
if
are
the
even worse.
I've got twins. If they're arguing, I'm not going to take one side over the other. I'm going to hear them both out, and
Forever
then I'm going to
Soulmate, can
tell
you do
them
me? Can you do
to
us a
deal with it
favor?
between themselves and
Listen,
let them
Forever
speak
Soulmate,
and
can you do us a
communicate it through.
favor? Can you do us a favor and go to Alex's live and say the same thing?
I have been over there. That's what I'm trying to say. I've been over
you
there. I've
haven't. No, you
spoken to
haven't.
them
Stop
You
on
haven't
WhatsApp.
been over there since he went live now.
Not today. I'm going to go over there in a minute. But I just feel like for you lot, if you lot can say that you could draw the line, then I can go over there and say, are you willing to draw the line? And maybe you
Yeah,
could
go
get
and get,
somewhere
go and
between
No,
you.
because Alex won't do that forever, soulmate. It's
I
because
don't
all his
care about
platforms
Alex.
built
I have
up
a
on the
go and get
drama
him,
with
family. I have
Angie.
Marjorie, and then
friends.
come back here because he
Yeah,
won't
You're
give
not
a hate to his
responsible
first.
for other people's behavior. You can't change other people's behavior, but you can and you are responsible for your own.
Well, forever soulmates, like, so for example, with me, they've targeted me because I'm friends with Angie. Pearl said the most vilest things about my disability. Did you see me saying anything bad back to her? I called her a bitch. I didn't go for her looks. I didn't say anything personal about her. I didn't threaten violence with her. So that's a good example as to like which side is which. They're the worst in the sense of like going for like body shaming and mocking disabilities, being transphobic, threatening violence. The amount of people that threaten physical violence over there is just ridiculous. You've not seen Angie threatening violence. You're not seeing me
forever
threatening other
soulmate. Can I ask you
supporters.
a
So I think you
question?
need to go over that side and tell them.
Yeah, of course you can.
Is that okay? And actually, if I'm right in this, Lynn can have a look at her WhatsApp that I sent her about 10 minutes ago. Forever soulmate, are you Torian?
I don't even know what Torian is. Sorry.
No, is your name Torian? There's a lady on here called Torian. Are
No,
you the
my
same
name is
person?
Bonnie, and the only reason why
Okay.
I haven't been actively on my account is because I
No.
run
You sound like
numerous
her. That's all.
anonymous accounts.
Yeah, that's all. You sound like her, so I just thought you was her. That was all.
No, my name's Bonnie. I've got 5 kids. I came off the app 3 years ago because my husband died of a heart attack.
Oh my God, sorry to hear that.
I've got 5 kids, sorry. I've got 5 sons. So yeah, so I'm still being on the app. I just do it anonymously now because obviously we went through something that needed to be dealt with.
Yeah, of course, I get that. I think, honestly, the best thing for you to do, and this isn't me patronising or telling you what to do at all, is I would actually like to hear you tell them that. I would actually like to hear what they say, because I think that would be quite helpful to hear what they say in to return to what you've just said in here for the last half an hour. And I'd be interested to see whether they are on the same page at squashing it. That's coming from me personally.
And do you think that you would be able to on your side?
I feel the
If I'm
same way.
honest
I
with
think
you,
she should.
I don't really say anything. I just only ever back up anything that they say I've said that I haven't said. But Ange has said this before.
I think they've listened to the whole thing. I'm pretty sure if they've come
I
back
think
with
you
the rest
saying
of it,
that to
then
them
they've
would
heard
Yeah,
the
but
whole
they
thing
can't
already.
respond to you. They can't respond to you. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would love to hear it from you and hear what they respond to say, and then come back to Angie and say that they've said yes. And I would put money on it that Angie will say, okay, then we'll move on and we won't mention each other. But that.
And can I just say to the people in the comments that are saying things like against me and being rude towards me,
just ignore them, my love.
No, I will ignore them. I'm going to address
comment.
it. Think how childish and inappropriate you're behaving as adults yourself. I just think it's so childlike. And no one would ever bother me with a comment because, like I said previously, I'm not responsible for the way you behave, but I am responsible for how I react to your behaviour. And I think you're childish, like it's actually pathetic. So
once you've got Alex to agree it, come back to Angie and I will bet money on it.
For a minute.
Angie would say yes, because Angie's done it before,
Well,
but then for some reason...
We have done that, but they still go on like a couple of old
I've just said
queens,
that,
fighting over a wig sale. They still have a go at Anne. They still have a go.
I would love you to go over. I don't think it is Torian actually, because somebody said that she
I'm
would
definitely not Torian. I thought you was talking about like a cult or something. I'm sorry.
Oh, bless you. No.
My name's Bonnie. I've openly said my name was Bonnie beforehand, but I started getting followed to my husband's grave, so I went down for Forever Soulmates after that.
Anyway, I would love to hear you say it to them and hear what they say, if that is something that you are willing to do, and see what they say in return, and then we'll go from there, or Angie will go from there. It's nothing to do with me really, but I would bet money on it that Angie would absolutely be fine with it if you can get them to agree it, but they'll say yes for a day, my love, and then they just go back on it.
But something's got to give. I mean, where
Of
is it going
course.
to lead if you continuously do this?
We've said this though. Yeah,
this
we've
is
said
just going to
this.
keep going round in circles. Nobody's
course.
winning in this.
Yeah,
No,
we
that's-
said this. We said this. I'd like to hear you say it to them. I want to hear what they have to say.
Yeah, I'd love to hear it because
Well,
we said
if you
this.
could
and we've
drop
been-
me, because I don't know how to drop. If you could drop me, then I'll go over.
And do come back afterwards because Tim will definitely let you back in afterwards, I'm sure.
No, thank you. I appreciate that, Tim.
Of course.
All right, darling. Tim, I hope you don't mind me saying that. I just think it would be helpful to just
I
see.
don't,
Do you want
listen,
me
you
to
can say
cam?
whatever you want here.
Would you like me to cam to it? Would you like to hear what if she goes in?
Yeah. I mean, listen.
I'll let you know when she goes in, guys. 1 sec. Then you can do it, Pineapple.
The probably
They might not even let her in the box.
Y'all, can we just give a moment to appreciate Megan?
Yeah, Megan.
Oh, Megan.
I'm gonna have to drop in a minute because I'm gonna continue with these
Yeah,
battles.
Megan, get it. Oons, 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 oons.
Morning, Swinny.
All right, y'all.
Yeah, why
as
is Alex?
eventful as
First of
this
all, why are we
live
not concentrating on that? You and Alex in your battles. Why is Alex not battling? You
She's
guys,
gone in now. She's gone in. Let's see what she has to say.
did they let her in the box?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, as
And then we need to know what
eventful as
Timothy's
this
friends
live
think of us.
was, I am going to head to bed. It was lovely meeting y'all people.
Sorry.
You guys have a good night.
Good night, Sparkies. We love you.
Good night, Sparks.
Good night.
Good night.
Younger viewers, and as creators, we're supposed to be setting a positive example, and it's tit for tat on both sides. There's so much bullying going on in the comments back and forth, and is there any way that you lot can communicate in an appropriate manner that you can fix the issues that have happened as adults, so that we can set an example to the younger generation that we can deal with these kind of problems? I know they've gone extremely far. I know there's been so much hatred back and forth, but is there a way forward? Absolutely not. We're not even sitting there talking about it at the minute.
All I'm
Sorry,
going to
it's
say,
only because I was over there and they said
I
the same
understand.
energy over there, so I'm just saying
Yeah.
exactly the same.
I mean, obviously I respect you for coming in the box, but the situation is, with that whole scenario is literally, I woke up today and I'm getting slated for no reason, right?
No, he wasn't.
So many comments that people that are coming in my life saying horrendous things, because if they are, they will be blocked out of my life. It doesn't happen. My comments.
No, instead you slag us off and block us so we can't come in and have an adult conversation with you.
We weren't slagging him off. Pearl came in the box.
Oh, who's afraid of comments, Alex? Come on.
This is the guy that yesterday in Baz's live started trolling in Baz's live and trying to get in the box. We jumped in the box.
Numerous things about Alex's.
He always says, I woke up with messages.
See, he doesn't want it to end. So you see that.
Right. Only things that happens from my comments is people.
I'm not going to lie, it's quite interesting for me because I've got
Oh my
people
God,
in there who are friends.
He's saying the only thing that happens in his comments are nice things. Look what we're doing over here.
Is a narc. He's an absolute narcissist.
Anything to mention? She needs
Hi
drama.
guys, just quick. I'm just waiting on the doctors to come. So on.
I did the leaderboard, and he decided to do the leaderboard because I was doing it to stop me from getting to number one. He wanted to stop me from getting to number one on the on the leaderboard, so he decided to do it as well. I decided to do it days ago.
Charlie, come back.
Angie,
hear from
you've
you,
got your
Charlie.
debate, right?
If you want to mute me at any point, just feel free, Tim.
I'm not muting you.
You've got a good platform, Angie, with good debate on. That's your platform. With his, what's his platform built up on? He hasn't got any personality. He's got no, I don't know, he's just a weirdo. Like a proper weirdo.
Charlie, can we just give a minute? Charlie, we're trying to come in and just tell us how he was.
I think it's affecting everyone's
Well, I didn't speak over him, he jumped back out.
Because he couldn't get a word in.
To affect people that are watching.
Well, I didn't speak over him, he jumped
I'm
out.
not saying you did, Lens.
Obviously, I don't let other people's emotions affect me to that extreme, but there are people here that are very vulnerable, who have mental health issues, who have disabilities, that are struggling to watch both sides. And I feel like if...
I do get that. However, you do have a lot of people sitting and watching her and then telling Alex what's going on, the vice versa in Angie's life.
So you've got the choice to watch or not.
Listen, at the end of the day, can I just 2 seconds, yeah?
Who is that talking, Pineapple?
I don't
Sorry?
very often.
Who's talking right now?
over talk.
It's a girl called Kirsty who I actually am friends with on here, but she's just been telling them to block me because I'm on my other account.
Oh God.
So that's interesting. But her
Is that
name is
that Team
called...
Alfie one, Pineapple?
Yeah, Z Cunt is back.
Scroll on. So if they are finding that it's impacting their mental health, then maybe they should scroll on. That's my first point. Secondly, you have someone who is turning around and saying that they are constantly being followed over the app. Now, can I not just remind everyone when Alex was with MT and someone called K's live? Angie dropped her live and shot straight over there to gift someone, but to also promote.
K's live.
They were talking about me. I got shared the live. I didn't even know they were in it. It was someone called Kirsty. I didn't even know they were in the comments.
It will never fucking stop.
And what happened on the live before that? When Angie, what happened when you were in Lost Live and Pearl and MT and everyone jumped in trying to wind us up? That just happened the day before that Scousers Live.
Not the whole community. But this is why this is happening this week, yeah? Now,
I'm going to jump out, guys, because I can't even bear that woman's voice. I'm going to go on my other platform. I'll see you later, guys. Sorry.
If you need to mute me at any point, just mute me.
Yeah, I'm going to go anyway. I'm going to keep pushing.
All right,
Good luck.
Thanks, Tim, for letting me up and all that.
Of
I'll
course.
see you later, guys.
All right. Good luck, Ange.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you.
because of what come out of Pearl's mouth.
Can we get Charlie back up so he can tell us how he is?
And I think
Yeah, of course.
as well, like, there's so many false allegations that have come from that side.
Just mute me at any point that you want to, and then just unmute if you want to listen again.
I want to see how Charlie is.
I don't think he's in here, Chip. Where is he?
Where's he gone?
This platform, you can't then expect them to go, do you know what, I'm just going to ignore it. And then
Okay.
He said he was waiting for the doctor, Chippy, actually, so the doctor might have turned up.
All right, I just wanted to know how he was, that were all.
I get what you're trying to do, and it would be a perfect world, and it would be a perfect situation if that was the case. But while false allegations are being made against Alex and the likes of Aunt Sally and Pearl and other people within Alex's room and in Alex's friend community, you can't expect them not to defend themselves, because it's not fair for them not to have the right to do so. And also, no, defending yourself.
He's just texted me saying, yes, he's waiting for the doctors to come.
Excuse me, can I just interject for a second?
So I've seen it on both sides.
Pineapple, mute.
No, you can mute her if you want. She said it was all right. Go ahead.
Can we just admire Megan up here giving us some no drama?
Yeah,
Look at her
Megan.
just being all cute. Come on, y'all. Megan's like here giving us just wholesome entertainment.
I'm feeling a bit weird because I'm now like falling in love with a koala bear.
I know, isn't she adorbs? Look at her.